Here's a particle effect you can do on After Effects with no plugin. Let's get started. First, let's just create and center the text. Now you want to select the text layer and press Ctrl D to duplicate the layer. Now you want to go Effects and Presets, type in Particle, and you should see CC Particle Systems 2. Drag and drop onto the top layer. Now when you play the effect, you get this firework effect, but it's limited inside the text, so you want to search up CC Composite and drag it to the top and move it above Particle Systems. Now when you play it, you can see it's not limited to the text box. Now back to the particles systems, let's open up all the tabs and we can see what we have here. Well, first we can start off by moving the positioning of our particle. We can keyframe it, type 0, it goes to one end, and then type 2000 and you'll go to the other end. Play back, you'll see it move from left to right. And you also need to tick source alpha inheritance because the particle effect won't stop once it's finished. Now if you play around with the y-axis, you can see the firework effect spreading vertically, and the x-axis, when you play around with it, it spreads horizontally. Now the birth rate is like how strong you want the effect to be, and the longevity is how long you want the effect to last. Now if you play with the animation, you'll get different type of particle effects. And now we're going to play with gravity. We're going to go -0.1. You can see the particle effects just change direction. Now if we go to velocity and we change it to 0.1, you get a completely different effect. It's totally up to you if you want to have this effect. I prefer what I had before, so I'm going to change it back to 1. Now if you look further down, birth color is the color of the particle. I'm going to change it to white. So now we're done with the particle. Now we're going to go into effects and presets and search linear wipe. Now you want to go to effects, linear wipe, transit completion, and set it at 100. Now you want to line up your timeline to the particle effect and set a keyframe. After a few seconds, set the second keyframe to 0%. Now as I press play, you can see that the linear wipe go on the opposite end. So you want to go to wipe angle, set at 90%. Now you want to go -90%. And now press play, and this is what it'll look like. The linear wipe is a bit too harsh, so you can go to feather, and I just did 50, so it looks a bit more softer now when you play it. And that's pretty much it. If you want to see what the other particle effects look like, let's go to velocity and go back to -0.1. We'll play it, and this is what it'll look like. It's actually pretty soft, so let's go to -0.3. I think that'll be much better.